really tough second half. We've got to fix offensively an opportunity to even be competitive. When you're 3 of 19 throwing the ball, it makes it really hard to run the ball because they can load up the box. And then when they outnumber you and you're getting out physical, that's a bad combination. So we've got to do some things to give them a chance schematically, come up with better smoke and mirrors until we can establish something on offense. And then hopefully we'll have Terry back next week. He was on the sideline, a little bit more mobility in his arm. Hopefully he can practice Tuesday and get ready to play up there in Laramie next week. If not, we'll evaluate between Isaiah and CJ and see who gives us the best chance to compete. Go ahead, Brandon.
Coach, you guys are certainly pretty aggressive with CJ, letting him throw deep several times. What fell short on his end of the game plan you had?
Wasn't accurate enough with the ball. And then the receivers got to help him by getting open, create some separation. A couple times we created separation. Luke got the PI call over there. And then we protected him at times. The second half, we didn't protect him very well at all. So we've got to continue to do some things in max protect to give him a chance. The receivers got to get open, though, to give him a chance. And then CJ's got to put the ball in the money or whoever the quarterback is. Go ahead, Van.
On the level of frustration, I know you're trying to get this thing, and you know this is not going to be overnight.
All right.
Where does this rank as far as level of frustration? Because it seems like you guys can compete with them. You just got to get moving at some point.
Right. We don't. Well, you're not going to have a chance to win any game when you go 2 touchdowns without scoring an offensive touchdown. We've scored 1 offensive touchdown in the last 15 quarters of football. I've never been around that. So that's frustrating. Losing, obviously, is miserable. I mean, I talk about all the time how much I hate losing, and I absolutely hate it. And we've been good the places I've been for so long. It's really frustrating. But it's why I'm here. And looking at the grand scheme of this whole build, and I know I say it all the time, people are going to get tired of hearing it. The year 2 was the year that I was most concerned of. Now, I was hoping with the addition of being able to bring back COVID seniors that it might lessen that blow a little bit. It hasn't. We have some young players that are playing good football. Ronald Wilson played one of the best games at a safety that I've seen in a long time. Made a couple of mistakes as a true freshman and gave up a deep route in the second half that gave them their second touchdown. But he was fitting the run aggressively. Tavion Combs was fitting the run aggressively. Ray Luatele was fitting the run aggressively. We can't play 50 plays on defense and 25 plays on offense in the first half and have a chance to maintain some consistency. We can't play 80 plays on defense, and 55 on offense and have a chance to be competitive. I mean, we're not good enough and strong enough and stable enough on defense to be that mismatch. It's almost 2-1. So we've got to correct some things coaching-wise to give our kids a chance. But, I mean, we've got some young kids that are doing some good things. Luke Weissong made a couple unbelievable plays on kickoff return, on punt return, and then he's the one that created the separation for the pass interference. So we got to continue to give those young guys opportunities to get some game opportunities to continue to get better.
And just to follow up on that, offensively up front, it seems like it's just another tough go of things in the trenches.
We're having a really hard time with the tackles. Jack Buford not being able to play hurt. He had been playing better the last 2 games. So we struggled a little bit there. And then we've got some true freshmen, redshirt freshmen between Leke and Issei Matatuatua that they make some really good things and then they do some really bad things. And that's going to happen with freshmen playing on the O-line. 1, strength. 2, just game speed and experience. And so we're going to continue to play some of those guys because it's going to help us down the road to build this thing. Go ahead, Brandon.
Back to Luke. What have you seen from him in what's making him continue to grow every week as a true freshman?
He's the ultimate competitor. And that's what we need on this team. We need guys that are competitive, that no matter what the situation, they continue to fight. I thought the defense did a good job of fighting there at the fourth quarter, especially after we gave them the touchdown to get to 33, to keep them out of the end zone from scoring 40 points. That's attitude. We need to get a little bit better in man coverage so that we can take an opportunity to try and stone people as opposed to when we play zone coverage, if they have enough time, they'll find the holes. If we can cover them a little bit better, then that'll give us an opportunity to be a little bit more aggressive. And there were times, especially in the first half, that we did that. Now, they got us on the over route 4 times where the backside guy comes tight end, and we did not adjust until the last one. And we showed them in practice, so we've got to do a better job of coaching it so that they can react to it sooner. Now, if we can play man coverage, it won't matter. That guy won't be open. But, if you play man coverage enough, they're going to find you, just like the Air Force game when they found that long run. So we got to be able to mix it up and do both. But right now, we've got to have a chance to win, defense has to hold them to nothing almost because we haven't been able to score on offense. The defense, we left the punt safe team out there on defense so they wouldn't do a fake, and then those guys did a good job blocking, and Luke did an amazing job returning the ball. Go ahead, Van.
How close did Terry look to being perhaps ready to where you could maybe plan that he's coming back?
I think I didn't want to put him out there tonight because I didn't think he'd be able to protect himself. I think he'll have a chance to play next week. He's a tough kid and wanted to play, but I didn't think he had the opportunity to protect himself enough to be able to put him out there. So hopefully I'll feel better about that, and I'll have a better idea tomorrow and then really Tuesday. We'll see what he can do.
And to follow up on that, so Luke and CJ will be able to compete for that job.
Isaiah and CJ. Absolutely. We'll give both of them opportunities. I feel more comfortable with Isaiah now that he got in there a little bit, and he'll have about 2.5 weeks of practice now under his belt, so conditioning should be okay. So we'll have an opportunity to see those guys compete to see who's going to play. No, good. We need to continue to keep thinking about Luke Weisel.
At what point do you know Terry's not going to play?
I probably decided that on Friday morning. I think he was a little bit disappointed, but we're not going to put kids out there that have a risk. I mean, if Terry gets hurt even worse, then we won't have him for the rest of the year. And we need Terry back as our quarterback. We need him for the rest of the year.
That being said, ideally, would be best for a freshman quarterback, C.J. Montez not to play at all during the season. Is that ideal?
Oh, absolutely. You never want to play a true freshman at quarterback. Yeah, we've got 4 games that we can play to keep his red shirt. So he's got 3 more left, or 2 more left, because he played in the San Diego State game the last 3 plays. Ideally, you want to redshirt all those guys. I mean, that position is almost impossible for a true freshman to play. And CJ had a great learning moment on Tuesday. You don't say things in the media that come off arrogant. You don't say you're going to run through somebody when you're struggling. You don't say those things. And that's arrogance. Now, he's a confident young man, but he's got a lot of growing up to do, obviously. I should have prepared him better to talk to the media. That's my fault. I should have either not let him talk because he's a true freshman and he doesn't know what he's getting into yet. So I take responsibility for his comments on Tuesday.
Was there a thought to pull him early, or just wanted to?
No, I mean at the time it gave us the best chance. I mean, I want to make sure that Isaiah is healthy and ready to go before we put him out there for the long haul. And he got some live reps tonight, which was good. I feel a lot more comfortable with a guy that's practiced for 2 weeks, full practices 2 weeks. You got to understand how hard it is to not do anything for 6 weeks. He wasn't allowed to ride a bike. He wasn't allowed to jog. He wasn't allowed to do anything. And then you're going to throw a young man out there and play a football game for 4 quarters against a team that's very physical. That's not fair to the young man, and I won't do it. I love Isaiah Chavez as much as anybody around here. But if the young man doesn't have a chance to be successful, I'm not putting him out there. All right. Keep the faith. Thank you. A long way to go. Long build. Thank you, guys. I appreciate you.